Welcome to A Styled Life, the podcast for purpose-led female founders and senior leaders ready to use style as a powerful tool for confidence, impact and influence. I'm your host, Alex Standley, multi-award-winning personal stylist, speaker and sustainable fashion consultant with 2 decades of experience in the fast-paced world of fashion. Join me as we redefine success from the inside out. This podcast isn't just about clothes. It's about personal power, purposeful style, and creating a life that aligns with your values. So whether you're running a business, leading a movement, or stepping into your next chapter, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll dive into the world of personal style, sustainability, female empowerment, and living with intention through real stories, expert insights, and plenty of inspiration. Welcome back to A Styled Life. Today, I want to talk about something I believe is completely overlooked in the world of personal development, and that is style as personal development. Obviously, I'm quite biased here on this topic, but we often hear that growth comes from things like journaling, coaching, or doing the inner work, and that's absolutely true, and I am a huge personal development junkie. But what about fusing that with the outer work as well? The way that we show up every day in our clothes, that is also personal development too. Your wardrobe isn't just clothes on a hanger. It can really be a mirror that reflects who you've been, who you are now, and most importantly, who you're becoming. And when you learn to use it with intention, it becomes one of the most powerful tools for confidence, authority, and freedom. So I want to start by talking about the past, because I believe that when we think about our style, we have to think about the past, the present, and the future. And so often when women come to me, it's at that point of transition in their life, whether that's stepping into a new role, becoming a parent, leaving corporate, starting a business, going through the menopause. And one of the first things that we do is look backwards. And you might ask why? Because there are usually parts of your style that you've abandoned along the way. Maybe because you thought they weren't appropriate, maybe because you were told to tone it down, or maybe because life just got busy. But those past clues really matter. They're often where the joy lives with your style. And I'll often ask my clients, what did you love wearing when you felt most yourself? And sometimes it's a colour, a texture, a silhouette. And when you bring those elements back, you reconnect with an authentic part of you that's been often buried under years of conditioning. Because there are so many things that we've been told that we should or shouldn't wear as women. And I have definitely experienced this myself. After becoming a mum, I felt that crisis of identity. Who was I now? I didn't want to let go of who I was before, but I knew I was different. And retraining as a personal stylist gave me a way to kind of peel back the layers and bring forward those past elements that still made me feel like me, but reimagined for the woman that I was becoming and my shifting lifestyle and my shifting priorities. And one of the other things that I quite often talk to my clients about is, what did you love as a teenager, or what did you love as a child, and why are you not, connecting with that now? And often it is a fear. Especially when it comes to colour, there's a lot of fear that comes up about colour. And this came up quite a bit with the Style Trailblazers recently, where they were reflecting on, I used to love colour when I was younger. I used to love colour as a teenager. I was really bold. And somewhere along the way, they'd lost their confidence with that. So the past is really, really important. And then the second part is the present. So this is where things can feel quite confronting, because your wardrobe is often a snapshot of all the shoulds that you've absorbed. Clothes bought for roles that no longer fit, or one-day items that you kept. out of inspiration or guilt or impulse buys that never really felt like you. And this is why my process is so intentional. I ask really detailed questions and I use Pinterest boards and I sit with clients to explore what actually works for them today in their lifestyle, their body shape, and their values. And it can feel uncomfortable at first because it asks, who am I right now? And how do I want to show up today? And there's always a mismatch between how you actually are showing up and how you want to show up. And that's why you hire a stylist in the first place. But when you clear away what doesn't serve you and you start wearing outfits that make you feel powerful now, not 10 years ago, not 10 pounds lighter, not in some imagined future, that shift is so huge. You stop second guessing and you show up with clarity and you start to feel like yourself again, which is the most important part of this whole process. And I think also this is why I call it personal development, because there is the concept of enclothed cognition, which is, fashion psychology, which teaches us that what you wear impacts how you behave as well. So if you put on something that is creative, for example, it can put you in a more creative mindset, and it is so powerful. So moving on to the third part, which is the future. So style isn't just static. Just like personal development, it's always evolving. And that's why I never promise clients that this is your style forever, because it isn't, because you're going to evolve. But what I do is help you create a wardrobe that feels true today, but is also a little bit stretchy, a style that holds space for who you're becoming. I often say it's about capturing a 5-year window, enough to ground you in the present, but flexible enough to grow with you as you step into bigger stages, more visibility, or new chapters of life. And here's the key. When you start dressing as the woman you're becoming, you accelerate that growth. You align that inner work with the outer expression. You walk into the room and your presence speaks before you do. So when I talk about style as personal development, I mean this. The past shows you what to reclaim, the present grounds you in who you are now, and the future stretches you into the woman you're becoming. Your wardrobe is definitely not just clothes. It's a tool, it's a strategy. And when you use it with intention, it changes how you feel, how you're seen, and the opportunities that come your way. So I want to leave you with a question. If you looked at your wardrobe through the lens of that past, present, future model, what would you keep? What would you release? And what would you step into? Thank you so much for listening to this bite-sized episode. If it resonated with you, I'd love you to share it with another trailblazing woman in your life. Until next time, remember, style isn't frivolous. It's one of the most powerful personal development tools that you already own and have easy access to. Thank you for tuning in to A Styled Life. If today's episode resonated, the best way to support the show is to share it with another trailblazer or leave a quick review. And if you're ready to align your style with your next level of impact, head to the show notes to book your free style strategy call. Because when your style aligns with your purpose, the world takes notice.